he tried to eat, his stomach was so diseased that he would just immediately vomit. So, anyway, kind of like a last ditch resort, they called us up, asked us to go over. So we drove over to, he lived in Hull, Quebec, so we drove over there, made an appointment. He was staying with his mom, and he was just so discouraged. I mean, who wouldn't be? You know, looks like there's absolutely no hope. The doctors have done all they can. He's already been through all the chemo radiation. He'd emaciated down to about, I think he was down to about 80 pounds. It just looked like a skeleton walking. And so anyway, we get over there and we're sitting around his kitchen table. His mom had got him out of bed and brought him over to the table, and he's sitting there sipping a little bit of water. And I said to him, I said, "Sir, I have some good news." I said, "Doctors can medicate and do everything they can to try and restore you to your normal bodily function." I said, "But the God I serve, he's not in the medical practitioner thing. He's the physician of all physicians. He's the great physician. And he's not practicing medicine. My Jesus heals." I said, "Do you want to be healed?" And then he was really depressed. And he just said, I can't eat. I've been so sick. And anytime I try and eat, I vomit. And so he said, "They say I've only got a couple weeks to live. I'm going to die." I said, "Well, have you made your peace with God through Jesus Christ yet?" People say, "Man, that's being pretty blunt." I said, "Look, the man's dying. I don't want him to go to hell. And life without Jesus is hell." Anyway, we prayed for him, and he received Jesus as the Lord and Savior, but he still was like, "Well, you know." I said, I read him James chapter 5. I said, "If anybody's sick among you," I said, "sounds like you're sick among me." It said, "Let them call for the elders of the church and let them anoint them with oil, and the prayer of faith will save the sick." And I reached in my pocket. I kept a little bottle of olive oil that I use for anointing oil.